Well, it seems I struck a nerve. Anyone who saw my last video just going over the sheer website of AWOO Association and Free For All might have noticed that the comments got a little spicy, with people who were proud transphobes in the comments, mentioning how they're excited to attend the con, and others not really understanding what some of my feedback was on the rules. So interesting. I kind of went at the website with an open mind without looking into much of the background, with only cursory knowledge of some of the people involved. I think I was pretty goddamn fair, all things considered. I was pretty fair. I could have been a lot meaner. That being said, an article dropped a couple days ago that I only just saw, and there are some interesting allegations. I'm going to be looking into all the sources to make sure all of them are actually verifiable, at least to some extent. But if true, oh man, Rainforest was a cakewalk. Let's get into it. Okay, so on September 1st, 2021, a website called We Got This Covered actually covered Free For All. And the title should give you an idea of what we're getting ourselves into. A furry convention with ties to the alt-right was announced and the fandom wants it dead. That seems about accurate. Alright, so first allegation that comes from this article. Where's the first mention? Alright, AWOO Association announced on Twitter today that they would be hosting a convention called Free For All in May 2022, also posting a video trailer for the event. Since the initial announcement, the fandom has been up in arms due to the questionable people behind the convention and its announced guest of honor, both of whom have ties to the alt-right. Alright, so that's the first allegation that comes in, that this is for alt-right furries by alt-right furries. So I'm gonna see where they're getting that information. One of the major minds behind the convention is, not gonna say names here, a wolf that is often perceived to be peaceful. I think that's the nicest way to do it. A self-described conservative libertarian according to their Twitter account. They've previously faced accusations of saying racial slurs to black people, participating in a chat room ran by a person who has advocated for the genocide of transgender people, and allegedly supported zoophiles. And making various bigoted tweets by various community members on Twitter, also has ties to a darker group, the Furry Raiders. Okay, that's a lot. So let's go through all of those. They do have links for some of these, so let's see what they link out to. So the first one is on the topic of saying racial slurs. Okay, it looks like they deleted all of those tweets. So I can't check it because it seems they're gone. But if anyone happened to have saved a screenshot, feel free to provide me with it. Although it wouldn't surprise me, but that's something I can't verify because all the tweets are gone. The next one was participating in a chat room ran by a person who has advocated for the genocide of transgender people. Let's see what link we have for that. Okay. I see. All right, and yes, that checks out. That I can verify. The link to that is good. So I can verify that that is a thing they did. And on the topic of advocated for genocide of transgender people, let's click that link to verify that. And boom. Yep, there is actually a screen grab of that person saying it's time to start the gas chambers back up and calling trans people mentally deranged and fully supports trans erasure. Okay, so that claim is also correct. Then there's the point of allegedly supported zoophiles. Click on the link provided for that. And by the way, this is the person who runs the chat that this other person was in. And looking through, yes, that also checks out. Damn. Okay, so to recap, I couldn't verify this person has tweeted racial slurs because all those tweets are gone. However, I can confirm that yes, they were in a chat room run by a person who advocated for the genocide of trans people and has supported zoophiles as well as made several bigoted tweets, and in the comments of my last video proclaimed themselves a proud transphobe. So we're not starting off great. Alright, yep, then they go into the history of furry raiders. I don't need to fill you in on that. Unless I do, they're basically a hate group. They can put on whatever facade they want, but they're a hate group. Let's be real. It's more or less a bunch of alt-furs that are sick of getting canceled, hiding in a little echo chamber. That's all it is. Alright, yep, more on them. Okay, this wolf that is very peaceful has also appeared in a Furry Raiders video as recently as June 5th, 2021, and has previously faced allegations of not taking sexual assault seriously at a con that they were working at. Oh wow, that's not great. All right, let's check this. Does this link check out? Yes, it does. So yes, can confirm they were in a video. And I'm using they because I'm sure it's she, but in an effort not to make it too obvious so I don't get like sued. That checks out. All right, and previously faced allegations. Let's check that. Okay, there is a first-hand account along with 2 tweets shown. Oh yes, the classic All Lives Matter tweet that they had written, and why would black people need help tweet. Yep, I remember that. So this is a first-hand account, so take it with a grain of salt because I wasn't there. I can't verify if this in fact happened, but there is a first-hand account on Twitter provided. So I'm gonna say alleged since there's no actual legal documentation. Just, keep my ass safe. It's been confirmed to us by an anonymous source that this wolf who is peaceful is a creative force behind the convention, as well as by incorporation documents for AWOO Association. It was also revealed to us by some source that AWOO Association allegedly attempted to get the hotel to sign an exclusivity clause which would have forced Tails and Tornadoes to find a new host for the event, but the hotel refused to do so. They have also claimed that AWOO Association was attempting to scalp AV and audio crews from other conventions in the surrounding area. There are not a lot of links for that latter half, but there is a link of incorporation documents. We can click that and see if that checks out. And it looks like there is in fact a document there. And yes, that person's name is there, as well as 2 others. So I'm assuming those 2 others will come up in this report. As for the rest, those we're going to have to treat as allegedly. There's no links to prove that. I know they're probably trying to protect the source there, but since there's no like hard proof provided, we're going to go with allegedly on those counts. Leaked Discord chat logs depict that person, and that person, as well as Wolf Who Was Peaceful's husband, who goes by that, are also involved in convention planning. One of them is known to have multiple Twitter accounts, which have allegedly been used to harass people on Twitter. All right, let's check that data point, see if that is true. Okay, I just have a tweet that has a bunch of them listed. I can't verify who all these people are. I'm just, that's gonna have to be an alleged for me. Let's see. That person has also made homophobic statements and shared their anti-LGBTQ views on various forms of social media. All right, let's check that data point. And yep, that checks out. There are actual screenshots there. So yes, that I can verify. Another person involved also previously shared racist views on Twitter, is an alleged QAnon supporter, and has previously held staff positions at other furry events. He has also expressed anti-masking views. Not surprised. All right, let's check. Racist views on Twitter. Yep, okay, that checks out. So managed to get screenshots. Yep, there we go. Held staff positions. Let's find that one out. Yep, okay, that checks out. And expressed anti-masking views. Let's check that one. All right, I see a tweet thread, but I don't see the original. So I can't verify that because the original tweet in which that happened is not present. So that's going to have to be alleged. All right, the convention's current guest of honor has also has ties to the Furry Raiders. This person, who is double of Griffins, has gone so far as to say he was going to promote alt furry within a Furry Raiders chat room. All right, there is a link to that. Let's check. And yep, that checks out. There are screenshots of that. Okay, so that checks out. They have also been recorded in several videos, as well as in written rants, saying things that many found offensive about suicide, slavery, sexual assault. He's even gone so far as to defend the leader of the Furry Raiders after he was charged with sexual assault of a minor. Well, I know the video thing is correct. I have seen them. But let's see if their link actually links properly. Yep. Okay, it goes to a dog patch article, which I'm not always a huge fan of dog patch articles, but it does have everything here well laid out. So that's fair. Not to say I don't like dog patch. I'm just saying sometimes they get a little wordy and bulky and gets a little hard to navigate, and sometimes they've had some spicy takes I don't fully agree with, but they do keep their shit pretty well organized in terms of info. So that one checks out. And defending leader of the Furry Raiders, yep, they have an exact screenshot from him from, I'm assuming, Twitter, DM, or Telegram. So that's That's 100% valid. Yep. Let's see what else. The controversy surrounding the convention doesn't just end there. The logo may be inspired by the Grey Wolves, a violent white supremacist organization. What the fuck? Okay. Maybe, as in allegedly. I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt, but let's see what this logo looks like. They don't show. I mean, okay, that I can mark as allegedly. I see the similarity, but that could be a stretch. I'm not sure on that one. I can see the point they're making here. It does look similar, but I'm gonna stick to allegedly on that, just as they have. Okay, the group is also not only potentially trying to trademark the well-used furry term AWOO. Wait, they're trying to trademark it? Hang on, is that legit? Oh my god. What is this? Yeah, there is an NDA that you sign if you join them. Bless this brave soul who did this. That pretty much confirms that they are trying to trademark AWOO. Okay, all right. I mean, that is a screenshot from a person that is not directly from the document, like showing all the stuff, but allegedly they are trying to create AWOO. Damn. Okay, let's see. Oh no, where'd I leave off? But even the charity free-for-all has chosen extremely questionable. Oh, I misread that. But even the charity free-for-all has chosen is extremely questionable. What do we got? Safari's Sanctuary has faced multiple accusations of animal abuse. Oh, can that be verified? Okay, so this is from 911 animal abuse. I don't know about this one. Okay, all right. So this one doesn't have. I mean, there's like a furry on this, so I don't know how legit it is, but there is a link to APHIS, which might be legit. Dead link. Are there any other non-links that are not associated with this site that I can see? Okay, yes. Say what you will, but there is a Fox 23 News article in that list that does break down that alleged behavior. So, okay. All right. That actually does seem to be legit. As far as interactive... Oh, this is the 911. Yeah, hang on. Back to the article. Okay. There's even an entire Facebook group dedicated to sharing information about Safari Sanctuation. There is even an entire Facebook group dedicated to sharing information about Safari's Sanctuary, showing it even has ties to Joe Exotic. Wait, really? Let's check the validity of this. I gotta know. Okay, it sends me to YouTube. Okay, clip of Joe Exotic walking around. I don't have audio turned on just in case. Okay. Wait. What is that sign that they pass? No, that's the Joe Safari logo. Okay, do they actually have anything on this? Or is this just a wild claim? Because if this is just a wild claim, I'm not gonna give it much merit. But if there is actually a tie there, I want to see it. Oh my god. Yeah, I think this is the lady, and she is in fact wearing a Safari Sanctuary shirt in neon yellow, which just really makes it easier. Yup, that's the logo. That's the lady. Smoking gun. Yep, the YouTube video does confirm it. Holy shit. All right. AWOO, who tends to be known as Peaceful, has previously stated that she volunteers for the organization. Okay, interesting. So far, only a few things have just been alleged. A lot of this has actually pretty decent documented evidence behind it. So, fucking yikes. I mean, right after the Joe Exotic thing happened, you guys didn't think maybe we should choose a different? No? Okay. All right, there's a few updates. Okay, and then we now have an official comment from the GM of the Tulsa Marriott Southern Hills. That is where this con is supposed to be held, or it's planned to be held. We'll see if it's actually held there. And their official statement, which I'm gonna say that this is probably legit. You wouldn't put a false statement out there because you could get sued by the fucking Marriott. So here's what they have stated, the Marriott has said. I think commenting on anything that may or may not happen here is a little premature. We have received many calls about this convention called FurCon but as for us hosting them, nothing has been confirmed yet. We are too far out to comment on an event that may or may not even happen. I understand that you want to write a story on this, but as far as the Marriott is concerned, it would be prudent to leave us out of it. That's all I want to comment at this time. As someone that used to work in business, that is not the way you want a worded statement to go. That's a pretty hard nope. Okay, and as of 5 p.m. Central today, AWOO Association currently has a link to the free-for-all room block on its website, contradicting statements made by the Tulsa Marriott Southern Hills general manager. So if the general manager has said it's too early for us to confirm if this event is happening, please leave us out of it, it would be kind of a bad idea to put a room block. Let's click this link to check if there is in fact a room block. And there is. There it is. Yes, they have added a room block to the website despite the fact that Marriott was kind of like, we haven't confirmed this shit yet. Oh my god. All right, so I'm going to link this article down below so you can go through it yourself. I was just going to like debunk to see if anything in there is hyperbolic and not true, and like what's actually alleged and what, needs a little more evidence but could be true. I always encourage people to think for themselves, think rationally, and come to their own conclusions. So if you don't agree with everything that was stated here, you don't think the evidence holds up, feel free to do some research of your own. You'll notice I have not put any screenshots here. That's because I don't know if I have the consent of people who have tweeted those things or shared those things, and in the case of some of them, I don't know if it would be dinged on YouTube. However, all of the links in that article are clickable, and you can go through and see all of the allegations and all of the documentation for what was provided. Obviously, anytime there are hard and fast screenshots of a conversation where the conversation is not cropped are the most ideal in the situation to prove your point or to show that a thing has happened. Videos are actually pretty great. The clip with Joe Exotic and like that lady with the freaking logo emblazoned on a neon yellow shirt, pretty damn effective to proving the point that yeah, there might be a tie there. At the very least, she knows the guy. And with some of the allegations against specific people, you notice I did not name anyone. I made allusions to names like a wolf that is peaceful or double griffins, because honestly, I don't want to incur wrath or hate from the group. I'm just going through the allegations as you do that were provided. And look, I have a long-standing dislike of the furry raiders, but as long as they ain't hurting anyone, I'm not trying to piss them off enough to turn their attention on me. That being said, I would appreciate it a lot if anyone watching this video would just not harass anyone mentioned in the article below or in the video. I know it's really tempting to get wound up and want to yell, but having dealt with this group before, it's a waste of air, honestly. And for some people asking like, do you think this con should happen? I have a spicy opinion. Yeah, honestly, I'm not saying shut down the con. Let them have it. Let them have their damn con. And here's why. If in fact this is a giant furry raider con and there will be alcohol served, at least at the bar, furries be furries. And if furries can do one thing quite well, it's get drunk and make very bad decisions. And if in fact, according to my last group of commenters, that you can just vlog and use a camera as long as it's non-commercial, all we have to do really is wait until someone is dumb enough to post their drunken racist rant or their drunken homophobic rant or their drunken rant that seems to imply inciting violence, and we can just let law enforcement deal with it. We shouldn't have to put up with this shit anymore. If in fact this is going to be a model con that sets an example, I honestly want to see them try. I don't support the furry raiders at all. I'm not a huge fan of like the transphobia and the homophobia, but some part of me is morbidly curious to see if they can pull this shit off. So I'm not saying like torch the con, burn it with fire, because I'm kind of curious to see if they can make it through the con without doing that themselves. If they can make it through the con without terrifying some of the hotel guests with their interesting and very spicy views of other people. I don't know like the political makeup of Tulsa, to be completely honest. I don't know how they index in gay people, trans people, people of color. I just don't know. But I'm kind of curious to see what a Raider Con would actually look like. And the nice thing about this con being a Raider Con is you kind of know from the jump. Like one of them's like, oh, well, why are you mad at us for having our own? I'm not. I'm saying that these two things should have branched off and dissociated from themselves a long time ago. If y'all want to have your own hate con, good. That's less of you coming to our cons and making trouble. So please go have your hate fest in the hotel. I am very curious to see how it goes. I won't be paying for it and I won't be attending. And now that some people have tried to backtrack on the, well, yes, kissing allowed, well, actually, yes, hand holding is allowed, well, actually, yes, this is, oh, we're not prudes, I'm actually kind of curious to see what, con goers do after a couple of beers. If any of the rules are broken, how many people's badges get revoked for getting too rowdy. I'm kind of curious because, you know, I feel like this is billed to be like the ultimate safe for work 18 plus furry con for alt-rights, but I'm really curious to see how they're going to maintain that. I don't know if any local press is going to be allowed in. I hope they are. I do want to see how this thing goes and, you know, see footage of how they do. How are they doing? Are there the usuals of people being very degenerate on the floor despite all the rules and regulations? Because we know that at least one dipshit's going to do it right. Are they going to have different signage in the building that could be perceived as really heckin' yikes? I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see it. And I mean, some people might be going, no, Rage, don't let them have their con. No, let them have their con. I like watching a dumpster fire with a bucket of popcorn. Let them have it. It's less people that I have to deal with when I eventually do go back to cons, being whiny babies in the corner about having to actually respect trans people for 5 minutes. And you know what? I'm sure some of my trans friends would enjoy the vacation from transphobes, pedophiles, and zoophiles roaming the con floors. At least from that side of the community. We still gotta get rid of the other ones that make it in. But that's a chunk. But that's a fair chunk of them distracted and at another con, so honestly, fuck it. Let's see how they do. And to anyone on their con staff, like, honestly, I think I was really fucking fair in my last video. And to be fair, I did check every link, and if there was no real evidence or screenshots, it was just accounts. I did acknowledge that. If you still want to roast me and flame me and try to downvote this video into the ground, be my fucking guest. I just saw this come up into my feed and I thought it would be interesting to discuss in case some people didn't see it. It is also linked below. So have a wonderful rest of your day and don't join the furry raiders. Okay, toodle.